Before we jump into today's video, I want to give a quick shout out to our channel sponsor, Many Realms. If you're looking for Magic the Gathering and Magic the Gathering related supplies, be sure to check out ManyRealms.com. I'll post a link to their website in the video description, so be sure to go check them out. What is up, everyone? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. And today seems like a good day to battle out some Modern Horizons 3. So most of you are familiar with how this works, but for those of you who are not, how this thing works is we're going to crack this thing open. We have 5 participants. Each one of them is going to get 6 packs. We're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. And at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value amongst rares and mythics, we're each going to get 3 more play booster packs of Modern Horizons 3 out of this box. Yeah, I'm going to dive on in. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value mythic as the first tiebreaker, highest mana value rare as the second tiebreaker, and if we need a third tiebreaker, we will just go down the line for the highest mana value rare until we have a tie, no more. Gotta say, we didn't, I opened a bunch of MH3 when the set first dropped, and we opened a lot. Collector boxes, the whole thing, right? And then it kind of left it for a little while, and I'm really glad that we've circled back and we've been opening more and more of this. I still think it's a really fun product to open. I think it's obviously a very powerful set, and I think it's, between fetch lands and a lot of just really good value at the uncommon level, even though we don't count those in battles. I think the uncommons kind of make it a little bit more worth as well, and just a really good assortment of rares and mythics as well. All right, I'm going to do one more shuffle here. All right. We have 6 for JB. We got it going on here. 6 for Duff. 4, 5, 6 for Justin. And 6 for J and V. 3, 4, 5, 6 for Future, which leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which we will set off to the side. Also happy to report, for those of you who have battled through watching or listening to my audio quality issues, I've ordered a new phone. Hopefully it'll be here within the next couple of weeks. I've kind of rigged my rig, so hopefully I'm avoiding audio issues. But if you've been with me and staying with me through some of the audio issues over the recent weeks, I appreciate you sticking it out. Hopefully we'll have those resolved soon, and hopefully this audio quality is nice and clean today. All right, here we go. JB, start us off. All right, uncommon, sure. Rare is Disruptor Flute, single rare pack, and from the uncommons, we'll just kind of be on the lookout for Witch Enchanter, Consign to Memory, and Sink into Stupor. And I think there's one more, Fellow the Profane or something like that. Those are $4, $5, $6 uncommons. All right, a little stamped art card there. Writhing Chrysalis, very good in limited. This is like a common that does a lot of work if you draft this set. Crabomination for a 6 mana value rare. Followed by, Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. That is 7 for mana value. Hello. Drowner of Truth, Unstable Amulet, yada, yada, yada. All right. That was pack number 2. Pack number 3. Glimpse the Impossible. Beautiful art on that. Justine Jones. Rare is Volatile Stormdrake. That is a 2 for mana value. Single rare pack. Hey, there's a Witch Enchanter, though. Not bad there. All right, so we have, 7, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 10, 17 it is. Okay, what do I want to put on top? I'm going to put the crab on top. These boxes usually come with a really good assortment of mythics. I think typically we're in the 6 mythic range, and then hopefully you see at least a couple of fetch lands. I have had fetch lands. I personally opened boxes that have had I think as many as 5 fetch lands. I'm not sure if I've gotten to 6, but I've definitely had 5 fetch land boxes, so that's kind of living the dream. All right, Duff, you're up. Rare is Strix Serenade, followed by Emerald Medallion. Very nice. Not the lowest of the medallion of the value on the medallions, but like I think all the medallions are certainly worth having. They're good. And that's gonna do it there. Medallion's actually kind of slowly coming back. I think the Jet and the Ruby, $6-7 a piece. Sapphire probably in like the 4 to 5. All right, here we go. Next pack. Another foil stamped card, art card. Rare 6. 6 is a very good card. Shrieking Drake, Summoning Eruption. Nothing else of substance there. Come on. Hopefully, like a couple foil rares per box. It wouldn't be uncommon for us to have like 3 foil rares in a box, or mythics. Spring Heart Nantuko as a rare, pretty good card, even without Nadu running around wreaking havoc. And that will do it there. So we have 2 plus 3, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 6, 8 it is. 8 for Duff. All right, Justin. No mythics yet. A lot of ball game left. Wow, 3rd gold stamp art card of the box. It's weird. Okay, that's not common. Rare is Flare of Cultivation. 1st flare of the box. Buried Alive, one of my personal favorite uncommons. And that will do it there. Come on, box. Time to turn it up a little bit. All right. Foil rare, Wheel of Potential. That is a 3/4 mana value. 1st foil rare of the box. Like we should have at least 2. Wouldn't be crazy to get more than that. Sowing Microspawn, also a heck of a card. It is a 4/4 mana value. And then, Lelia, the Blade Reforged, another rare. And that will do it there. Looks like we have one more pack for Justin this round. All right. Foil rare Kozilek's Command. That is a very good rare. Kozilek's Command. This is just a really good card. It does so many things. It's crazy. Ramps, kills, exiles things from graveyards. Pretty good. Okay, well, that's a really nice foil rare there for you, Justin. That is a 2 for mana value. Followed by a retro Flare of Fortitude. Another 2nd flare of the box. Also a pretty good card in Commander. Decree of Justice. That's Beach Justice. All right. What do we got going on here? So we have ourselves a 2, 5, 9, 13, 16, 19. I'm going to run that back. 3, 6, 10, 14, 17, 19 it is. So we have unveiled a couple of foil rares. What we have not unveiled at this point is any mythics. Jane V, you are up. All right, Conduit Goblin. Rare, Flare of Duplication, our 3rd flare of the box. Can we complete the cycle? I actually do like Flare of Duplication. This feels like a card that might be a little bit underappreciated. Like, I just like it in like Goblin strategies. Like, you have a lot of cheap creatures. Obviously it doesn't work on tokens, but goblins want to do their things. Detectives Phoenix. Detectives Phahonix. Okay. Might as well double up a Goblin Bomb. 2nd pack. Foil Swamp. Foil Common Horrific Assault. Rare is Invert Polarity. That is a 3/4 mana value. Altasaur. We haven't seen like, I know we saw one Witch Enchanter, but we haven't even seen like the good uncommons yet, really. Consign a Memory, Sink in a Stupor. All right, Tameo. Foil uncommon Glasswing Grace. Rare is Ripples of Undeath. That is a 2. That's a pretty good card. Distinguished Conjurer. Retro Frame. Priest of Titania. Okay. That's going to do it there. That's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3, 6, 9, 11 it is. Okay, Future. Future, would you like to break the mythic list streak, since we are approaching the halfway point in the box? Foil Uncommon Titans Vanguard, sure. Kudo, King Among Bears. Aether Revolt, 4 for mana value. Victimize, Mogma. Alright. Second pack. Born Unicorn Rare is, Devourer of Destiny. Yeah, that's a cool one, and that is a high mana value. Welcome to the party, Eldrazi. Barbarian Ring, Stump Stomp. Okay, that's going to do it there. Well, this is going to get interesting, huh? Rat. Uncommon. Still rare. Wow, Chthonian Nightmare. Sure, that is a 2 for mana value. Sylvan Safekeeper. Very nice. These are up to like $8. They topped 10 at one point. They kind of, come back down a little bit, but another one of those good value rares in this set. Marionette Apprentice, pretty good. Uncommon as well. All right, and that will do it there. So, what do we got going on for? It's a 3. It's 10. 14, 16. 2, 6... 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. 16 it is. So, at the end of the first round here, we have JB with a 17. Duff in the low with an 8. Justin in the high with a 19. J and V with an 11. And Future with a 16. We head into the second half of the box. And what I would really like to see are some fetch lands and mythics. We have pulled 0 to this point. That is almost unheard of. Obviously, we've shuffled up the packs, right? So that's kind of a thing. And we also have 6 packs set to the side as prize packs. Who knows what lays in wait there? I mean, it'd be crazy if they just grouped them all up. All the mythics ended up grouped there. So all of that on the table still. JB currently chasing Justin for 2 for mana value. All right. Foil Malevolent Rumble. Rare is Abstruse Appropriation. That is a 4. There's our first mythic. It's a good one, too. From that reprint slot, Phyrexian Tower. Very, very nice. Love to see that. Never sad about seeing a Phyrexian Tower. And I think these are back over 20 again, too. How about a Commander mythic? That is Azlak, the Swelling Scourge in the Borderless treatment. That is a 3. Another Witch Enchanter, sure. All right, finally, we have some sleeving to do. We were overdue. I mean, I could probably make the case for the Kozilek's command, but I'll sleeve that up afterwards. All right, we have one more pack to open still, too, though, in this round for JB. Here we go. Third foil rare. It is a Ripples of Undeath. Again, pretty good card. That is a 2 for mana value. Hey, there's another mythic. We've unlocked it. We've got a Borderless Ashling Flame Dancer. That is a 4 for mana value. Okay. Finally on the board with some mythics. So what do we got going on here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that a 13? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 13 it is. JB, that will give you an even 30. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and put that tower on top. All right, Duff, you had the low with an 8 right now. J and V is pretty close with an 11. Foil Uncommon Unstable Amulet. There's another mythic, Nethergoyf. Sweet. All right, we found the mythic stash. There's Nethergoyf. That is a 1 for mana value. Pretty good cards too. Pretty good card. Nightblade. It's going to do it there. So you got yourself a mythic, and that's a pretty good way to keep it low as well. Your next pack. There are also Eldrazi's mythics in this set. And that can turn a battle very quickly. We have Wumpus Aberration. Wumpus, there it is. There is our first fetch land. Polluted Delta, very nice. That's the one you want to get to. Still the most valuable of the allied fetch lands. Although they're all like, I think other than Windswept Heath, which might be still, meandering at around like 8 or 9. I think the rest of them are like 13 to 17 now. So solid hit there for sure. And also 0 for mana value. Followed by an Arena of Glory. Another really good rare and also 0 mana value. That... and an Urza's Incubator. That was quite a pack. Polluted Delta into Arena of Glory into Urza's Incubator. And for all that, very little mana value. Duff, you understood the assignment. That is for sure. Okay. Sleeve. I'll go ahead and sleeve the Delta too. We like fetch lands. So, pretty good here, right? So just 4 mana value for that? Exceptional couple packs and 4 mana value. Bringing you to a total of 12. And I'll put the Delta on top. Incubator, Arena of Glory, Delta, and Nethergoyf. Not bad. All right, Justin. Justin, coming into this round, you have the high with a 19. JB now has a 30, so you are effectively chasing 11 right now. Whoa, hey, Retro Frame Foil Grim Servant. Cool. Nice little uncommon there. Rare is Null Drifter. That's one way to get it done. That's a 7. Another Buried Alive. Revitalizing. Yep. Okay. Shred this pack, huh? Here we go. Plains. Infernal Captor. Rare is Shilgengar, Sire of Famine. That is a 5 for mana value. That should put you back in the high. So that is we add 12. It does put you back in the high, albeit ever so slightly. 31, JB has 30. All right, Jane V. You are technically the low for the moment, but Duff only has a 12 right now. You have your work cut out for you. Here we go. Rare is Winter Moon. That is a 2. All right. Bogart Trawler. Man, we haven't seen... We've seen 2 Witch Enchanters, and that's it. No consigns, no Synchronous Stupors, huh? And no, what is it? Fell the Profane, I think. Come on. All right, next pack. You have a 2 right now. Guardian of the Forgotten Uncommon Foil. Rare is... Oh, Borderless Flare of Denial. Hey, that's pretty sweet. Also, does that complete the flare cycle for us? Retro Frame White, Green, Red, not Black. We haven't seen Black. But a Borderless Flare of Denial. That is super cool. Nice hit there. That is a 3 for mana value and a really nice pull. Okay. Well, that is a 5. It will take you to a 16. I don't know. It's probably worth sleeving. I know the foil definitely has a nice premium on it. I don't think the borderless non-foil, but it does take you out of the low for the moment, but you're at least in the hunt there. All right, future, you have a 14. Justin currently has the high with a 31. Certainly obtainable in this set. Flare of Fortitude. So we got 5 flares, although we've doubled up on the Flare of Fortitude. That is a 4 for mana value still. Single rare pack. It's a 4. Next pack. Rare is Dreamtide Whale. That is a 3. Followed by a Sapphire Medallion, which is a 2. And that will do it there. It's going to bring you a little short there, but let's see. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's going to bring you to a 25 in total. It will keep you at least giving you a puncher's chance for the high. So as we head into the last round, the final pack of this battle, JB with a 30, Duff in the low with a 12, Justin in the high with a 31, J&B in the hunt for the low with a 16, and Future kind of hanging out there just close enough to maybe still be in it with the 25, especially since, again, Eldrazi do exist. Last round, good luck everyone. JB, start us off. All right, foil uncommon Ajani. We have a Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor. That is a 3. Just a single rare pack, too. Hey, finally, a consigned to memory, though. Sheesh. All right. So that is just a 3 for mana value. That brings you to a 33. And while your outlook for the high is suddenly less optimistic, there are definitely ways to have 0 mana value packs. We've seen basically a couple of them. Duff, you have a 12. You are 4 below J and V for the low right now. If you finish below 4 in this pack, you have won outright. The low. Frogmite. Spymaster's Vault, that is a 0 for mana value. Followed by Deserted Temple. So that is it. There you go. Well, that is interesting. Although JB wishes that pack was Justin's with the 0 mana value. So I will write that down. Duff, you have a finished 12. You have won the low with all of your land pulls. All right, Justin, you are currently 2 below JB. 3 wins outright. Rare is Roshin, Roaring Prophet. Not typically a card you want to see, but 4 gets it done this time, so that wins you the, or at least takes back the high, I should say. Followed by Estrid's Invocation, which is a 3. And a Mythic back here. It is a Special Guest Prismatic Ending. Very nice. Tack that on. Oh, Glaring Flushraker. That's another really good uncommon. Okay. So, that gives you a 4, 5, 6, 7, and an 8. Which gives you a 39 right now. Finished 39. J and B, you unfortunately will end up middling this, seeing as Duff finished with a 12, which is pretty crazy in 6 packs. But Bloodstained Mire for your trouble is not the worst place to be. Man, if we only end up on 2 fetches, but they are Polluted Delta and Bloodstained Mire, that is my kind of box. Followed by Nadu Winged Wisdom, because why not? Meltdown. Hey, another consigned to memory. Finally on the board with another consigned to memory. Okay, well. So that is a 3. Finishes with a 19. I'm going to keep the Borderless Flare on top. I do like that card. All right, Future. You are chasing 14, 15 to take it outright. Not likely, but also not impossible. Rare is Flooded Strand. Well, that's not going to help your bid for the high, but that is also not a bad consolation prize. Flooded Strand, there's our 3rd fetch land of the box. Very nice. And that is also where you will finish as well. 0, bring you to a 25. So we have our final standings here. We have JB with a 33. Duff in the low with a 12. Justin in the high with a 39. J&V with a 19, and Future with a 25. I gotta say, after the first half of that box, I was like, this is not going particularly well. Second half of the box picked it up. It won't end up finishing. We'll see what happens in these packs, I guess. It might not end up finishing as the most Dynamite box, but certainly at least a solid, if not good box. All right, Duff, you have the low, you have the honors. Let's see what's going on here. How about a Mythic? Shadow of the Second Sun. Not a high value target for Mythics as far as Mythics are concerned. Hey, there's a Synchronous Duper, though. That's probably more valuable than the Mythic. In fact, I'm almost positive it is. I think Synchronous Duper is still like $7. So, all right, on another Mythic. We did squeeze another Mythic out of this box. Argent Deus. Amadeus. That'll do it there. Third pack. All right. Another mythic. Oh, imagine that one popping up in the battle at any point, especially with the shadow. That was a 6 mana value mythic and a 9 mana value mythic. That would have not been the low for Duff anymore. Hey, it's Kozilek though. Probably like the least sought after of the Eldrazi in this set, but I still think it's like a fairly good card. It's just not like outright broken, even though he's the broken reality. He's just the okay reality. But nevertheless, prize packs yielding a couple more mythics for our troubles. Okay, Justin. Foil buried alive. Neat. Rare is Philia. I like Philia. Philia is a good card. Meltdown. I'll do it there. Decree of Justice. All right. Amphibian Downpour. Sure. Vexing Bauble. All right. One more crack at this. Oh, Ophelia is not bad. But let's see if we can do it a little bit better. It is a mythic. All right, Eladamri. Sweet. So in the prize packs, we added 3 more mythics, which is not to the mythic total of the box, which is not bad. Colosseum. And that will do it there. All right, then. Hey, not a bad little box. Not like mind-blowing, but at the same time, you have Foil Kozilek's Command, Bordeaux's Flare of Denial as rares, 3 fetch lands, Phyrexian Tower, a couple other mythics in there. So yeah, not an incredible box, but definitely not a trash can either, not a dumpster fire. So, well, that's going to do it for me today, though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody, and be well.